After the violence in Chattanooga, volunteer armed guards are popping up at military recruitment centers around the country. But officials in Indiana are saying, no thank you.
And another county hit hard by heroin is looking to stop the spread of the disease.
The good people are to breathe a little easier tonight, sleep a little easier tonight.
That's because tonight dozens of people, members of a notorious and violent gang, are behind bars after something called Operation Smoke Show. Law enforcement says the Block Burners gang is decimated after a massive sweep. And tonight we have team coverage with 24-Hour News 8's Laura Kennedy, listening to people from the neighborhood who say they feel safer tonight.
And our Jeff Wagner is looking into an unprecedented opportunity for gang members to turn themselves in. Now, as for those who are already behind bars, 35 people tonight are facing charges. Chopper 8 captured the sweep on camera. 20 of today's arrests were members of the Block Burners gang. This map shows where the arrests happened around Indianapolis. Police say the gang operated all over the city with a focus on the east side. More than 500 law enforcement officers, including 19 SWAT teams, served dozens of warrants.
Now tonight, one important member is still on the loose. Federal officials say the ringleader, William Brown, is still wanted. IMPD Chief Rick Height says he's asking Brown to just turn himself in, and he warns anyone who is hiding Brown could be charged with hiding a fugitive.
Cocaine, heroin, prescription drugs, and more than $50,000. That's what was confiscated during the sweep. Authorities say they posted photos of themselves flaunting drug proceeds on social media.
The Block Burners seem to think they could operate with little or no consequence.
Investigators were able to pinpoint suspects through those social media posts, leading to the dismantling of the gang's leadership, hierarchy, members, and support network. And that has people who live in the area breathing a sigh of relief tonight. 24-Hour News 8's Laura Kennedy went to one of the police focus zones today and talked with people who live there, and she's now joins us live from the east side. Laura.
Well, the big announcement today took place here at IMPD East District. You can see the buildings right there behind me. Those officers played a big role in making sure this operation came together. Now, I met with a local church pastor in the area on the east side. Says he's heard from police that his area near 30th and Midhofer is a tough one to patrol. He's relieved law enforcement agencies were able to crack down on the gang activity. His church, Sherwood Hills Baptist, has been hit by crime in the past. His car's been broken into 3 times and the church burglarized. I spoke with a church member who hopes today's arrests help curb violence in that neighborhood.
If they arrested 35 members, that's a lot, and hopefully that'll stop that.
To know that that's being cracked down on, the crime in the area, is a real relief.
The church has started locking its doors even during services, but they do hope that today's effort make the area safer for those who walk to the church. I also talked with an East Side mom who lives just down the street from that church. She says she wasn't even aware of the amount of gang activity in that area, but now knowing that those 35 members of the gang are behind bars, she's breathing a little easier and letting those kids play outside with a little bit easier mind tonight. Reporting live on the East Side, Laura Kennedy, 24-Hour News 8.
All right, Laura, thank you. 30 days of planning went into Operation Smoke Show. Organizers say the legal process had to be in place, and then the 525 officers all had to meet and be briefed on their roles. And the arrest and search warrants all had to be executed at the same time to prevent suspects from being tipped off.
There is nowhere to hide. There is nowhere to hide. If you continue to participate in this kind of behavior, none of us standing up here, none of the 500 and some officers that responded today at 3 a.m. to make our community safer would hesitate to do the exact same thing tomorrow.
And that profound assurance is why IMPD Police Chief Rick Height is encouraging current gang members to leave that life of crime behind. 24-Hour News 8's Jeff Wagner has more on ways for them to get out and how to keep others from getting in. Jeff.
Eric, we talked with one group that's making young boys avoid that dangerous lifestyle. But if they do join, Chief Height hopes today's sweep proves to them that it will not end in their favor.
You see some 8 and you see 9, 10-year-olds.
It's the perfect picture.
Getting them at a young age is very, very important.
Of what Reverend Malachi Walker wants in today's black youth. They're a part of Young Men, Inc., an organization dedicated to helping at-risk children avoid life on the streets.
90% of them are from single-parent homes where a mother or aunt is raising them. And a lot of the boys have brothers who are probably been in trouble.
He hopes by keeping them in this frame, they don't end up in this one. These are just 10 of the 35 men arrested during Operation Smoke Show, an effort targeted at catching criminals, many of whom were members of the Block Burners gang.
Man, it just is mind-boggling to really try to figure out what made them want to go down that road.
They give them opportunities then to turn the lives around, get out of the game and all that, and they didn't take it seriously.
Visibly fired up, Police Chief Rick Height wanted gang members to know that there is a way out. He suggested they call churches in town to do a, quote, safe surrender, allowing them to learn about programs that could help them start over.
It's sending a message for the last time. Today is the day to turn your life around. Changing your life means saving your life.
And possibly saving others by putting down the guns and picking up a new future.
It'd be tough, but you know, it can happen. Somebody is going to give you that chance.
Young Men, Inc. encourages parents, relatives, or guardians who think their child might be tempted by the gang life to give them a call and sign them up with the group. And we've got that info attached to this story on our website, wishtv.com. Live in the newsroom, Jeff Wagner, 24-Hour News 8.
All right, Jeff, thank you. And the operation is still not complete. Authorities say they know who the gang suppliers are, and they're going after them. They say they'll give us an update sometime tomorrow. We'll bring you new details as we get them here on 24-Hour News 8. Our coverage continues online. That's where you'll find a gallery of the mugshots from Operation Smoke Show, plus a detailed map with addresses of each warrant and the full video of today's press conference detailing the operation. It's all for you on wishtv.com and on our mobile news app.
And new tonight, a third Indiana county wants approval for a needle exchange program. Fayette County officials hope the program would curb the growing number of hepatitis C cases they see. The Connorsville News-Examiner reports the county has seen 74 new hepatitis C cases this year. That's the same number of total cases reported all of last year. Officials in neighboring Wayne County also are considering seeking approval for a needle exchange program.
Also new tonight, investigators are looking into whether fireworks may be to blame for a Northeast Side apartment fire. The flames broke out at the Kingston Square Apartments around 7:15 this evening. Witnesses told fire officials they saw kids shooting fireworks in the area shortly before that fire. The flames caused about $150,000 in damage. 10 people are out of their apartments tonight. Fire officials and the Red Cross are helping those who have been displaced. Authorities say an explosion that leveled a Benton County home may have been touched off by a gas leak. The owner of the home was not inside when that explosion happened around noon today. Smoke coming from the home could be seen more than 10 miles away. Surrounding trees caught fire, but none of the nearby homes were damaged by that explosion. The cause is still under investigation.
The Seymour teacher who faces charges of child molestation is now fired. Our partners at the Seymour Tribune report the school board voted unanimously to fire Aaron Murray. The 40-year-old had been a 7th grade math teacher. A judge has ordered that he can't even enter school property. Murray is accused of molesting one of his students. He's due back in court in September.
We told you earlier this week about a retired Marine who's taking safety at recruitment centers into his own hands. Sean Raines showed up at a recruitment center in Georgia armed with 2 guns. He said he wanted to prevent any more violence like what happened in Chattanooga. Similar armed volunteer guards have popped up around the country at centers, but tonight, officials at the Indianapolis recruiting station are asking that Hoosiers refrain from joining in. They say they appreciate the support, but quote, our continued public trust lies among our trained law enforcement and first responders for the safety of the communities where we live and work.
Members of the City County Council aren't giving up their criticism of the Blue Indy car program. Now, the Democrats there are not so upset with the cars themselves as much as they are with the contract that brought the electric cars to Indianapolis. Tonight, the council's lawyer, Fred Biesecker, said in his opinion, the mayor didn't have the authority to sign such a contract.
This needs to be a joint effort by the mayor and the council in collaboration with Blue Indy. What it does not need to be is overreaching by the mayor alone.
Now, Ben Hunter, a Republican on the council, defended Blue Indy, saying critics should be careful about trying to kill a program like this. Hunter says Blue Indy is good for the city and provides attractions that keep Indianapolis moving forward.
All right, Eb, so this is the kind of night where I enjoy coming over here, hanging out in the Weather Center, because you've got good news.
I do, and normally sometimes when we team up, it's to talk about bad weather, but that's not the case tonight. We are going to keep things nice and dry, and for your morning drive into work, it is going to be a pleasant one. In fact, you might even have to pull out the sunglasses or flip down that sun visor, because we are going to have just a few clouds around, but all in all, I'm giving it a go because we're in for a lot of sunshine as well. Temperatures are going to start off cool enough, too, for you to even let the windows down. We'll be in the lower 60s. Right now, we're starting to cool things down, but we're still mild at 72 degrees. Our winds are coming in from the southeast at 6 miles per hour, but our winds are going to shift to more of a northerly direction, helping to further drive in that dry air mass. And we're going to keep it a little bit cooler through the late night hours. Right now, satellite and radar is quiet as can be. We're already down to 66 in Kokomo. We're headed for a low of 61 degrees there, 61 tonight in Muncie, and 60 degrees in Lafayette. It's going to be another quiet night, turning mostly clear, low 50s in some spots.
A new smartphone app could help people who are pulled over for drunk driving. Find out how it works and why it's upsetting some people.
The feud continues after Donald Trump handed out Senator Lindsey Graham's personal cell phone number. A new app designed to help attorneys get business is causing some controversy tonight.
That's because of the target audience being drunk drivers. Dewey Dialer was released in a dozen states and Indiana's among them. So how does it work? A spokesperson for Dewey Dialer says if users find themselves in a DUI situation, they can open the app and push a button. The button prompts an audio recording of your conversation with the officer. Dewey Dialer will then send your personal information and location of the traffic stop to an attorney signed to that region.
It's insurance for those folks that you know, go out to dinner and you know, are driving home and come across a DUI checkpoint or get pulled over by law enforcement.
Since launching the app, it's been downloaded 1,000 times. So far, only one Indiana attorney has jumped on board.
In the world of presidential politics, it's the summer of stunts. Senator Lindsey Graham is getting his revenge after Donald Trump read his cell phone number during a presidential speech this week. But the revenge is not on Trump. In a video posted online, Graham destroyed his phone. He attacked it with a meat cleaver, dropped it in a blender, set it on fire with lighter fluid, hit it with a golf driver, chopped it with a samurai sword, baked it in an oven, and threw it off a roof.
Or if all else fails, you can always give your number to the Donald. This is for all the veterans.
So that's in reference to Trump's criticism of Senator John McCain. You may remember he said the Vietnam POW was not a war hero, but McCain remains relaxed, tweeting to Lindsey Graham, "So this is why you haven't been taking my phone calls?"
Clever.
I thought so.
Hoosiers answered the call for our boys and girls, men and women in blue. The Wish TV Cops and Donuts Day last Wednesday at Jack's Donuts raised $1,000 for the Indianapolis Police Foundation, the Code 1 Fund. Lee Markham, CEO of Jack's Donuts, presented the check today on Indy Style. The money will benefit severely injured police officers in central Indiana. The first project for the Code 1 Fund is to help IMPD officer Santos Cortez get a new handicapped accessible home.
I'm going to show you a beautiful sunset. You probably didn't see it like this out your window or door tonight. Nope, this is time-lapse video over downtown of what a beautiful, beautiful sunset we had. And I know, Ebony, that you asked for people to send in their sunsets, and you've got some of them.
Yeah, we have a few that were sent in from Anderson, Morris Lake, and so I just want to pass those along to you because they are so nice, and we are just really enjoying the weather. So definitely wanting to share some of the other scenes around central Indiana for those evening views. And it was a nice night just to sit outside and take it all in. So here's a look at some of the views that were sent to us. I'm not exactly sure where that's from, but it certainly looks very, very nice as the sun is setting there. This is the one from Morris Lake, and you can see some geese out there enjoying some time in the grass. And then here's the last one from Anderson, just a few clouds. This was an early part of sunset and definitely a good view here. So thanks so much for sharing your pictures with us, and we invite you to send even more in. You can go to our website or our Storm Track 8 Facebook page, and definitely we'll try to get those on air and share them with everyone else. It is a quiet night, so we are going to keep it on the dry side. There's some rain well to our south, but no worries other than a little bit of moisture moving in from the south. We are only going to see the clouds, and we already have those in place, but high pressure, it's what's going to keep us dry, and it's going to be another comfortable night as we cool to a low of 62 degrees in Indianapolis. We're even going to see a few more 50s showing up again tomorrow morning. 59 for your low in Columbus, down to 59 in Greencastle, 60 degrees in Lafayette, and down to 61 in Terre Haute. Temperatures are going to rebound nicely for your Thursday. We'll be up to 65 degrees by 8. Take a look at all of that sunshine, a nice bright start. By the time we get into the noon hour, 77. The Indians are playing at home, so any plans on getting out to that game, no worries. 83 degrees by 4 if you're getting off to an early start. And by the time the game starts right around 7 o'clock, we are going to drop down to about 80 degrees. So a nice, comfortable evening in store as well. Thursday's high temperatures lower to mid 80s. This time of year, we should still be right around 85 degrees. We're not going to quite make it, but that's what makes it quite very, very nice, I should say, because we're just going to keep it dry and comfortable because we have the dry air mass in place. Now, Futurecast does want to show a little bit in the way of rain, but I'm thinking it's mainly just going to be a few clouds mixing in with the sunshine, and that will be the case all the way into Friday morning. Our humidity levels, though, will be on the rise, and we'll notice that moisture starting to creep back in by Friday. Friday stays dry, but we'll have a frontal boundary on the move, and that's what's going to bring us our next chance of rain. That doesn't come, though, until Saturday, and even then, we're calling for isolated rain showers. So here's a look at our 8-day forecast. The next 2 days, take advantage while you can. Rain moves in for the weekend along with warmer temperatures.
All right, Eb, thanks.
Well, we know what happened with soccer by now. We were talking about it at 6, keeping our fingers crossed.
Yeah, a tough match tonight for the U.S. Looking to reach another Gold Cup final, but Jamaica me crazy. Could they pull the upset over the red, white, and blue? We've got the highlights. Change could be coming to the NBA playoff format. Commissioner Adam Silver says the league is leaning towards not guaranteeing a playoff spot to a team that wins its division. Now, Portland got a guaranteed 4th seed in the Western Conference last season by winning the Northwest Division, but the Trailblazers would have been seeded 6th by 1-loss record, so stay tuned on that. Baseball, Cubs and Reds playing 2 at Great American Ballpark. Reds won the opener 9-1, led 5-0 in the nightcap. Cubs tied it, tried to take the lead when Todd Frazier makes a diving stop, throws out Jorge Soler, worth another look. The All-Star third baseman, quite a player. 9th inning now. Light-hitting Taylor Teagarden gets the game winner off flame-throwing Aroldis Chapman. What an unlikely finish. Cubs rally to win the nightcap 6-5 after falling 9-1 in the opener. A winner go home. That's what the U.S. men's soccer team faced against Jamaica in the Gold Cup semifinals tonight, and the underdogs came to play and play well. Big crowd on hand in Atlanta's Georgia Dome. A sellout crowd. Natural grass indoors put down over plywood over AstroTurf. Novel idea. Not sure it worked. Underdogs do strike first. 31st minute, long throw into the box. Darren Maddox heads it past Brad Guzan. 1-0 for the Reggae Boys. 5 minutes later, Lightning strikes again. This time, Giles Barnes beats Guzan on a free kick. 2-0 lead at the half. Quick response by the Americans. The Jamaican keeper allows a rebound. Michael Bradley puts it away 2-1, 49th minute, but that was it. Jamaica does it 2-1, sending the U.S. to their first Gold Cup defeat by a CONCACAF team on the way to the final. That is a stunner. Well, Thursday is Jeff Gordon Day, and Wish TV is your home for everything 24 this week. 24 hours of coverage, right? The Pride of Pittsburgh will be honored with a noon parade on Thursday. We will be there. Special stories during our newscasts on Gordon, his Indiana past, and more. Should be a lot of fun, so tune in. Well, still ahead, the first couple of racing go head-to-head at Sonoma. Stick around. Motorsports power couple Courtney Force and Graham Rahal due to get married this fall, and Sonoma Raceway put them through a one-of-a-kind couples skills challenge. Now, Force, NHRA's winningest female driver, and Rahal, second in Verizon IndyCar Series points, squared off on the drag strip and road course and in an old-fashioned grape stomp. Force dominated the best-of-3 matchup of remote control cars. Then they raced Indy cars on the Sonoma simulator course. Rahal won by a full lap. The final challenge came down to a grape stomp. Mashing the fruit for 3 minutes and wooden barrels, Force took the win, and we'll see what she does during the wedding, huh? Well, 24-hour News 8 continues. The daybreak beginning at 4 in the morning. Follow us anytime on Facebook.